like their players came out. It was like a landmark filing. 6 former FSU basketball players are suing the Seminoles coach Leonard Hamilton over $1.5 million in unpaid NIL cash that they say he promised them. The whole thing kind of details like a team-wide boycott of a practice last season over the payments. This is kind of crazy. My initial thoughts on this though is, listen, if you promised players X amount of dollars for them to come to your school, you should abide by that. You should give what you said you were going to give. That's my mindset, because I think a lot of coaches are promising this to get players to transfer over to come to their schools. Players get there and they now they're backstepping and backtracking and not delivering on what they promised. And now the kids are sitting there looking stupid because they made a decision, a life-changing decision potentially, to go to your school really because of the money that you promised them, but now you're not getting the money. So now they're somewhere they don't want to be. Now, on the flip side, kids got to be smart too and figure out some sort of contract, some sort of thing that they're signing, some sort of thing where they get half up front. Like they gotta be better with business. If you're gonna make grown man decisions, you gotta have grown man actions. So you can't just be going over somewhere because of a verbal agreement. It has to be some sort of, John Hancock needs to be down on some sort of paperwork to ensure that he's obligated to pay this money and not just a verbal commitment, because we know verbal commitments don't mean shit no more. So that's kind of my initial thought. But JB, I want to hear what's your take on this.
I have a take. I put a video out that's going viral on this one too, so we can show that as well from last night's video I did. Just sitting here.
Let's show it, man. Everybody didn't see it. We got the video. Let's show it right now.
What up, man? It's Real Coach JB. This coach right here that's at Florida State is now being sued by several players over NIL deals that he's apparently lied to about. Listen, man, I thought the coaches weren't affected or involved in collectives. I thought collectives were outside entities paying players that head coaches didn't even know about. This is so fucked up. The NCAA, the non-caring assholes of America, need to get this under control before we have the biggest mercenary business in the planet Earth. College sports, college athletics. Now with the JUCO prep situation that's not going to count against eligibility going forward, it's even double that times 10. This is the wild, wild west, absolute shit show. And now coaches are being sued by former players for promised NIL deals. Make it make sense, man. This is a complete fucking joke. And the NCAA has wiped their hands clean because they're the non-caring assholes of America. They could give a fuck less about what happens to these kids. All they want is the money. When will you realize this, players, coaches, all you guys? Get together and make this right. Stop fucking letting the NCAA be the judge, the jury, and the executioner. It's time to break away from the NCAA. Real Coach JB. Peace.
To your topic point you made so eloquently, Smitty, you can't talk about coaches offering you this, and this, but yet you want to miss playing in bowl games. Makes no sense. So now you're going to sue a guy for promising you something, but your promise to me was when you signed a letter of intent to come to my institution to tell me you're going to play for me. Not when I go to the Final Four in Miami head coach's situation, as the coach just resigned from the University of Miami during the season, 8 games in, 12 games in, because 8 players told him, hey, I know we went to the Final Four. I know we're in Miami and on the beach, and I love all the bras and the money. But guess what? I got more money from somewhere else. We just went to the Final Four, son. You don't want to go play at Miami? You don't want to play here? You don't like it here? No, we like it. I just get more money to go to Washington. Come on, man. What are we doing? And then you don't want to sign a contract or put one in place? The NCAA don't care, Smitty. They don't care. And the coach, to my understanding, and I know we've had this discussion with Shaun King and yourself and other people on this thing that know, because Shaun was coaching at South Florida in this era. from what I've understand, and everyone I've talked to at the Power 5 level, head coaches they cannot touch or discuss the NIL money scenarios with players. So however that is illegal, but then getting paid is legal, blows my mind. So we know damn well, the coach knows what the fuck you're getting. That's everywhere. But from legality-wise, I'm just talking legality-wise, from what my understanding is, the head coach cannot offer, pay, or be involved in any monies exchanging hands with players. Has to be collectives that are not part of the program on staff, at least. Let me just say that. So if that's the case, how is this guy getting sued?
Because he's probably the one who was the face, the verbal, who verbalized the agreement.
Yeah, the recruiter. The recruiter.
But my question is, can the players sue the collective? You can't sue a collective. I mean,
they can't sue the coach either, because in the same scenario I just told you exists. If that's the legality of it, then that coach is protected from a lawsuit.
Can they prove? Let's say, just for shits and giggles, let's say a player's recorded some conversations or whatever, and they got him on tape promising X amount of dollars to him. Could that change things or no? Potentially.
Not verbal agreements are like 1% binding. They're not very. They don't hold up in court very well. So, I mean, there's like tort law, and there's verbal binding agreements, and then there's agreement. I was talking to my lawyer about this tort law shit the other day. He was mentioning that the verbal agreements just very rarely stand in court because there's no evidence of what I told you, what you heard, what you told me. Did you misconstrue what I said? It's all bullshit. If it's not on wax and on paper, like, I don't see this even happen. Because NCAA allows this, or if a judge allows this, now you got another Pandora's box. Now you got JUCO prep lawsuits allowing guys to play longer. Now you're going to have this tort law go into effect now where you can sue coaches. Who the fuck's going to coach?
Yeah.
Who the fuck's going to coach these shitbirds who now are expecting and enable? Give me. I don't want to play in the bowl game though, but give me, or I'll sue you. Come on, homie. I'm so disgusted.
I'm with you on this. Like this is taking a little too far. And if they do put this in favor of the players, it's going to open up Pandora's box, because now you're going to have all these players saying, well, shit, Florida State promised me this, Duke promised me this, Miami promised me, and, it's going to just keep on going.
That's like the Cam Ward agents of the world, these street agents who are just here to do damage control. That's what this fucking shitbird was doing yesterday, trying to do damage control with Cam Ward. These guys are the ones that are out here going to be promising these dudes shit.
Right.
These street agents expecting a back-end return. I'm just telling you right now, that's how street agents work. That's how they fucking see. These fucks don't realize I'm a street agent on the good side, motherfuckers. I see your shitbird ass, and I'm gonna go defend the kid, because I can do both. I can be a street hustling motherfucker, and I can also know that the kids are getting fucked, and I'm gonna be the fucking protector of those motherfucking babies. That's what you shitbirds out there don't realize, fucking Cam Ward agent, fuck.
And these agents or managers or whatever, they're also the same people, in my opinion, who's probably telling these players to sue. Because these players young players don't know nothing about no suing. I don't even know nothing about suing. I'm a grown ass.
They get the money. They get the money.
Exactly.
Hey, factor cap. I got to do my own factor cap real quick. So I saw the chat going crazy when Doc jumped in. I did not say, or I talk. I guess I talk so fast that a lot of you chat, and then a lot of you guys in the chat aren't very smart. Let's just call it what it is.
Okay.
I did not say that the Packers were going to be pushed out of the playoff. What I was saying was they're the sixth team in right now. There's one more team to be added, which will be the Bucks or the Falcons. I just said that the shit is going to move around. So you guys are all, the Packers are locked in. I didn't mean that they weren't. I was meaning the jockey for the positioning was going to change
a little bit in the way you said it, but I understand you for the most part.
I get it.
The thing about JB is he does talk fast, and sometimes he what's the best word? Like not over exaggerate. Well, probably, I guess over exaggeration would probably be a decent phrase.
Yeah. Half of that exaggeration is because I'm such a great entertainer.
Yeah.
That I do it and you don't even catch it. Most people in here that are fucking retarded don't understand.
Like for example, let's say a team won by 14 points. JB might be like, the team won by fucking 100 points, and he's not literally saying by 100. He just saying they got the ass beat. So you gotta kind of like
you gotta know the show.
Right.
Doesn't McAfee say something like this show's garbage or something? Isn't that like his line?
I don't know.
Yeah, like his tagline or something like this show's garbage or what did he say, Bailey?
They watch the show every day. I don't know.
Horrible. What did he say, Bailey? Is this show's horrible or bad or something like that?
I don't know what our show say. I already know what other shows say.
This show stinks. He said this show stinks. He does it to say, hey, this show stinks. We're glad that you're here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like a
you gotta know our show, homie. You gotta know I'm gonna exaggerate everything. But when it comes to real shit, you have to know how to dissect the difference when I'm serious and not, you fucking idiots. Let's take a break.
Similar to our president in that lens where like what he says might not be 100% accurate, but if you understand what he's trying to say, you might be able to understand. Sometimes you'll still be confused, but you got to understand the show.
Our president is Joe Biden. I'm not anything like him. He's dead. I'm alive.